My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. Today, I want to speak about the Snugpak Ionosphere and why I can no longer recommend this product. It's hard to believe, but it's been almost 10 years since I initially took a look at this tent. Over the last year or so, a major change has taken place, and it's so dramatic that I can no longer recommend this product to anyone, at least in the United States. If you live outside of the United States, this may not be a big deal, but for everyone else here in the US, it is. There's a few aspects concerning this tent that I used to love. One was the quality. It was good enough. The price was very reasonable, very fair, and made sense, especially when you looked at the quality of the tent and you considered the construction, the materials used with this tent. At the same time, the tent featured a very low profile that was excellent for stealth camping. All of these aspects came together to create an excellent tent that I could easily recommend. But as time went by, things changed, unfortunately. If you go back in time roughly 4 years ago, I decided to reevaluate Snugpak. I ordered a number of their products to check the quality of those products. I was shocked to see that the quality of their products had really taken a turn for the worst. It was failure after failure, issue after issue. And this was shocking because my previous experiences with the company were excellent. It's because of the issues that I had with their products that I ultimately put up a video warning people, be careful when you purchase from Snugpak. Shortly after that video went up, I heard from Snugpak and they informed me that they were having some issues with their manufacturer. They had switched to a company in China, and unfortunately there were some bumps in the road. They went on to say that these issues would be corrected in the future. Since that point in time, I've continued to hear about issues when it comes to the company's products. For an example, with the Snugpak Ionosphere, I heard from a viewer recently who purchased this tent and the tent poles broke. I've heard of issues with other tents that the company makes. And again, issues with sleeping bags, sleeping pads, and so on. An example that I've heard of with other products from Snugpak is the Scorpion 3. Recently I heard from a viewer, he stated he had the Scorpion 3, which is a 4th season tent. He took it out, there was a snow event, and the tent collapsed. While I don't know exactly what the parameters were of that storm, this individual was most displeased. Going back to the video that I posted roughly 4 years ago, the company was still offering their products at what I consider to be very fair prices. That's one aspect to the company that I always appreciated. They made good quality gear for the money. The materials were not cutting edge by any means, but the quality was good enough and the price was right. All of these aspects have to be considered when you're considering purchasing an outdoor product. You have to weigh what's the most important. Are you looking for something that's super strong, or are you looking for something that's strong enough? Are you looking for something that's ultra light, or maybe weight doesn't matter all that much? Is price a major factor? It's because Snugpak was able to balance all of these aspects so well that I was initially very impressed with this company. Since the point in time I put up the video warning people about Snugpak and their quality, the prices of these products have continued to go higher and higher, at least in the United States. They are so high now that I cannot recommend these products no matter what. And here in a second, I'll give you 2 examples of how the company has raised their prices in the US to levels that will absolutely blow your mind. It makes no sense at all. Before I do, let's talk about who Snugpak is, just in case you don't know. Snugpak is a British company that was formed in roughly 1976, and the company makes tents, sleeping bags, sleeping pads. They used to make backpacks. I'm not sure if they still do or not, but I haven't seen any recently. And they have some other products as well, such as rain jackets, rain pants, and so on. All of the products that this company offers are of a tactical style. They're not truly tactical products. They're made with very inexpensive materials, those that are not known for being exceptionally strong. And that's okay. Tactical style is okay in some instances. In this case, I thought it was absolutely fine. The products look good, they functioned well, and the prices were low, which I appreciate. Focusing on the Ionosphere and the cost of this tent, for as long as I can remember, you used to be able to pick this up for roughly $120 all the way up to $160. It did depend on the color that you wanted to go with. Initially, this tent was offered in green, but ultimately the company did offer an additional color, tan. The tan version, for whatever reason, generally cost a little bit more. So if you went looking for this tent, even up to a year ago, you could find this for roughly $120, $140, sometimes $160. But things have changed, and they've changed in a dramatic way. At the time of filming this episode, the cost of this tent went from roughly $120, $140, all the way up to $300 here in the US. $300 is now the suggested retail price by Snugpak. And I've heard from viewers on the channel that in other countries, this tent can cost over $400. Now there is an exception. Those who live in the UK supposedly can still find this for a rather good price. Roughly 180 bucks seems to be the going rate. Not only has the price gone up for this tent, but I've noticed on the Snugpak USA website, the name of this product has changed, and there's no explanation as to why. The company now calls this the Ionosphere IX. I have no idea why. They do not give any sort of explanation. I've compared all of the latest stats, dimensions, and weights to the previous versions, and they're all exactly the same. So this was a simple name change, but they do not explain why. Let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this video. Let's talk about why I cannot recommend this tent any longer. Right off the bat, you know that the price on this is simply too high. $300 for this tent does not make any sense at all. This tent, again, is made from very inexpensive materials. You're looking at a polyester, I think it's a 210T. This is a very inexpensive material. And the simple fact is this: you can buy comparable tents that are larger. You can buy massive tarps that are made from the same materials for almost nothing. This is a very budget material, typically reserved for Chinese manufactured tents. You can go online right now and you can find hundreds of tents and tarps made from the same materials as this tent, and you will pay under $100. The simple fact is this: if you're going to pay $300 for a polyester tent, you might as well shift your focus and purchase a nylon-based tent. The tent is going to be stronger, lighter weight, and generally with tents that are made from nylon, the quality is even better, because again, most of the time, a 210T polyester, a 190T polyester, these materials are reserved for products made in China, namely from Chinese companies and so on. You're going to find the cheapest of the cheapest tents and tarps and so on made from these materials. Basically, this tent has none of the components that make tents very expensive, other than the aluminum poles. If the Ionosphere was constructed from nylon, a ripstop nylon, and it featured YKK zippers, the pricing of this tent would make a whole lot more sense. Then we're talking about a tent that would be worth $300. This right here is not worth that type of money. This is not a premium product by any means. And that's something that really confuses me about this. I'm not really sure what the company is selling here. We have inexpensive materials, we have a name brand that's been tarnished over the years. $300 for this makes no sense at all. And you have to consider this, folks. This is a one-person tent. This is a small, low-profile tent, and the company wants $300 for it. Or at least that's the case here in the US. The next reason why I can't recommend this tent any longer, in addition to price, is the overall quality of Snugpak products. Time and time again, it's issue after issue. I hear report after report of problems. In fact, it's been years since I've heard anything good about this company. Speaking of which, Snugpak, at least here in the United States, is a company that's really fallen off the radar. Reviews on their products have really slowed down, and in general, people simply are not talking about them unless they have something negative to say. When you factor in the price, the weight, the size, and the overall quality that Snugpak is now known for, all of these aspects go together as to why I cannot recommend this. I mean, if you're going to spend $300, you might as well buy something else. You're going to get yourself a higher quality product, one that's lighter and stronger. This, my friends, makes no sense. I touched upon weight there, and that's another important aspect. This tent weighs, and again, this is a one-person tent, 3.5 pounds. That's a lot of weight for a one-person tent. That's a lot of weight for a tent that costs $300. That does nothing exceptionally well. While you can use this in the cold, it's not really designed to do so. You cannot use it in the snow because the top will collapse. It does okay in the rain. Overall, it's an adequate performer for 3-season use. It does absolutely nothing special to justify that $300 price tag. And at the same time, it's a heavy little tent. I've mentioned, everyone, that the Ionosphere is not the only tent that's gone up in price. Check this out. This may blow your mind. With the Scorpion 3 tent from Snugpak, that tent's retail price used to be $400, but you can find it all day long at numerous sites for about $260. The tent now costs $600. $600 for a polyester tent. It makes no sense at all. I always looked at that tent as a budget-friendly 4th season tent. You can use it in the snow, you can use it in the cold, in the wind, as long as the conditions were not too extreme. Again, it goes back to the materials. It's a simple polyester, an inexpensive polyester, a rather weak polyester. The tent was simply not designed for the worst of the worst. And that's okay, because there's a market for tents like that. Not everybody needs a Hilleberg tent. And that's where the Scorpion 3 really found its own little niche. It was a good quality, fairly inexpensive tent, and it could get you through a vast majority of snow events, of winter weather storms, and so on. But that's at $260, right? At $600, you might as well buy a used Hilleberg tent. In fact, on eBay right now, you can purchase a used Hilleberg tent in great condition for less money than the Scorpion 3. That makes no sense at all. It really doesn't. Never, ever, ever would I recommend a Snugpak over a Hilleberg. I mean, no chance, no way, no how. A Hilleberg tent is literally going to be a billion times better than a Snugpak tent. Shifting our focus back over to the Ionosphere, if you're interested in a tent that's similar to this one, there is one company out there who makes a tent that's exactly the same as this one. Okay, actually there's two I'll talk about. Anyway, okay, so there's one company that I would recommend that makes a tent that's exactly the same as this. And the thing is this, they have a one-person version and also a two-person version. That is Jack Wolfskin. They have tents that look exactly like these, but the quality of their products is much, much better. And also their prices are very fair. By the way, I reviewed the Gossamer 2, not the 1. In the future, I may do so. Anyways, at least with my experiences with the Gossamer 2, it's a fantastic tent, a fantastic alternative to this. The thing is this, the Gossamer 2 here in the US can be hard to find. Luckily, you can find these on eBay. You can always have it imported. Hopefully soon the company will be caught up with their manufacturing and the Gossamer 2 and 1 will be offered here in the US again. You may remember this, everyone. A few years back, I reviewed the Gossamer 2 and the company sold out here in the US. And since that point in time, I've not seen any go back into stock. I know the company was having issues in regards to COVID and so on, but that is a great alternative to this tent. The other alternative, which I do not recommend, is from BattleBox. They have a version which is basically a copy of this one, a very poor quality copy. So years ago, I took a look at a BattleBox box, and along with it came their version of the Ionosphere. I set that up, I filmed a video that compared the two tents, and unfortunately, I had a computer crash and the computer had to be reformatted and rebuilt. So I lost that episode, which is unfortunate. In that episode, I showed the differences between the Ionosphere and the BattleBox version. The BattleBox version was the biggest hunk of crap. It was so poorly made, just loose threads, poor stitching, poor seam tape work, all over the place. I would not recommend supporting that company. That was a true hunk of garbage. So again, if you're interested in an alternative, I would recommend looking for the Jack Wolfskin Gossamer 1 or 2. They may be hard to find, but I think with enough patience, you could find one. If you go to Snugpak's website, they declare themselves as a world leader in lightweight and technical products. I would say neither one of these claims are true or accurate in my opinion. Based upon my experiences with their products, they tend to be, again, inferior in many ways. Previously, years ago when they made their products outside of China, the quality was quite good, and that's why I could recommend their products in addition to their fair pricing. With the changes that have taken place, I cannot recommend virtually anything that they offer. There's just simply too many complaints out there. I've personally had too many issues with their products. With my conscience in mind, I cannot recommend their products to you all, for the reasons that I've stated. It is interesting that the company claims that they're a world leader in lightweight and technical products. And the simple fact is, nothing they make is technical, and nothing they make is lightweight. By the way, technical is a term that's often used in regards to strength. Gore-Tex is considered a technical fabric because it's so strong. So let's say that you're going over rocks and so on, the rocks are rubbing up against your jacket. Gore-Tex is rather stiff, sturdy, and strong, and it can take that abrasion, whereas a simple nylon jacket couldn't. So going back to weight, again, nothing that I've reviewed from them over the last 10 years is lightweight. In fact, everything is far from it. In the end, everyone, it's a shame that I can no longer recommend the Ionosphere because it's a tent that I've always enjoyed. It's a tent that I've always liked. It really is a shame to see this company, who I held in such high regards at one point in time, fall so low. It's my hope that the company can turn things around. They can correct whatever it is that's taking place. Maybe it's a COVID-related thing. Maybe they're pulling out of the US market. That's a possibility. Again, folks, I simply do not know. I did notice on their website, the Snugpak USA site, when I was looking at the Snugpak tent, they have links on there so that you can locate this tent with different dealers and so on. And just about every single link was outdated and didn't work. Or I should say, the companies that they link to aren't selling their products any longer, or they didn't have this tent for sale. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it is a shame. If you're dead set on purchasing a Snugpak product, I highly recommend that you set it up, you take a close look at it, and you test it out at home first. Don't take these products out into the wild because there could be issues. There's just simply too many reports of people having problems. If you purchase a tent, set it up, do a rain test. If you buy a sleeping pad, make sure it holds air and it doesn't leak, so on and so forth. To wrap up this episode, everyone, I have to ask you all, what do you all think about Snugpak? And what do you think about what I've said so far in this episode? Would you go out and purchase a $300 Ionosphere? $300? What about the Scorpion 3? $600. Neither one of these tents make any sense in my opinion, and you would have to be almost crazy to spend that type of money on a polyester tent. This company is charging premium prices for a product that's simply not premium. Again, everyone, comment down below and share your thoughts. Do you think I'm on target, off target when it comes to this topic? What do you all think's taking place with Snugpak? Would you purchase a Snugpak product today, considering how much the prices have gone up? I personally do not see myself buying any more Snugpak products, not unless there's a big change. In the end, everyone, I hope I don't come off as like picking on this company, because that's not the case. I'm simply voicing my concern for a product that I used to admire, for a company that I used to admire. But the changes that have taken place simply do not make any sense and are unfortunate. So with that being said, I am done. Hit the like button before you go. It does help the channel. If you want to support the channel, you could do so. YouTube, Patreon, it is appreciated. Folks, be well, strength and honor.